you talked about being on tour with Alexisonfire and being there with Dallas Green around the road cases and all that, and that's like a dream. I have a quote here from a member of Alexisonfire. We've talked
Oh,
quite a bit about Alexisonfire. We've talked quite a bit about Billy Talent, and the drummers came out full force to support you with this podcast. So the
oh,
quote
geez.
from the man himself, Jordan Hastings, we've been talking about, Rat Beard here. Here's his quote. He says, Jordo, and that's how you know he likes you, Jordo. I wasn't sure if that was a typo, but then some other people
Mm-mm.
put Jordo as well. So now I know it's a pet name, terms of endearment. So Jordan says, Jordo is the hardest working dude I know, with quite possibly the biggest collection of drums in Canada. A good man and thorough and a stellar dancer. I need proof of this at some point. He says all of that at only 28 years old. In all honesty, he's an extremely skilled individual, a great pal, and he makes every drummer he works with a better player all around. So that's Jordan Hastings, the legend himself.
Wow. Wow. So, I mean, dude, I've did that band, like, pretty much anyone around my age. I mean, who were into punk music and hardcore music, like that band changed it kind of changed the game, especially in Canada, right? And yeah, it's been an honor and real, yeah, it's been a dream come true. There you go. You got your dream come true. Like, yeah, working with them, working on that new record was like, I remember that record Otherness that just came out. I mean, I think it came out in June. Recording that record, I was like driving home every night from the studio. The studio was about an hour and 15 minutes from my apartment. I would drive home every night, and like my fiance Emily knew how much Alexa on Fire meant to me. Come through the door at like 10 o'clock, and Emily would be like, how was it? Like, she's freaking out, be like, tell me all about it. And I'm like, it was insane. Oh my gosh, these tunes and the drum parts, it's wild, you know? And then like fast forward a year later, I got the email being like, hey, we need a drum tech. We want you to be our drum tech on the road. And I was like, yeah, sure. Send me the calendar.
Send me
you're kind of
location.
like
Yeah.
you're kind of like, what's going on here? And dude, touring with those guys, and they keep the company they keep is really good people. And that's what I've really loved about touring with them. I could tell you, I could say the world about the guys in the band. But the biggest thing I take away from all of those dudes is they keep really, really amazing, hardworking, talented, beautiful people around with them. And the people that work for them, that work with them. I can't say enough good things. Seriously, I could probably again, we probably do a 3-hour podcast on me talking about every person that works with Alexisonfire and how amazing they are. But that's the truth. And wow, Beardo, what a
Weirdo.
fucking beauty that guy. oh, there is some proof on the internet of me being a pretty good dancer. That's funny that he would say that.
That's awesome. What's awesome is I mentioned that I have my best albums of the year every year, and we already had Crisis of Faith, which you were a part of, and I have Alexisonfire's Otherness. So you've done
Oh,
two of what I believe to be the best albums of 2022. Maybe you did more. We'll have to check my full list. Maybe you have other
yeah,
credits on there. We'll see.
yeah. Okay. I
That's
mean, yeah, dude. Oh,
You're having quite the year. That's pretty amazing. So you talked about Alexisonfire. You get the call to go on tour with them. Um, this is as a drum tech. So for our listeners that maybe don't know the music industry that well, various roles, can you explain quickly what is the role of a drum tech for a concert or a tour?
I am basically the way I simplify this for people, and usually it goes over pretty well when I say it like this. I'm basically the caddy of the drummer. So I'm kind of the I'm the guy that sets up the drums and does all the maintenance. basically I'm like, hey, I'm here to make sure that you have the best possible show you can have. So that means making sure the drums aren't going to fall apart. They're well maintained. They're clean and they look good. They're tuned up. They sound great. And then basically during the show, if anything goes wrong, I'm there by your side to fix anything. And that's basically it. I love it, man. I really do. And I love the idea of it since a very young age.
I have another quote. I got to get through all these quotes before we
That's
wrap
okay.
up.
I'm shocked that you got all these quotes.
Dude, I went in the trenches for this one. So
Oh
this
no.
is from someone that I actually know from my days at Metalworks, and you know him from Alexisonfire stuff, both in the studio and on the road. So there was 40 dates with Alexisonfire, and this guy was there with you, at least some of them. This is from Darren Magierowski.
Cheater.
So his credits: 3 Days Grace, Alexisonfire, Snoop Dogg. You got to get Snoop Dogg on the credits if you've worked with him, right? So he says, if I had some things to say about Jordo, it would be that he's super hardworking. See, that's coming across with everybody. So hardworking, dedicated, and passionate about all things drums. He really reminds me of myself when I was around the same age as him. Dedicated to the grind. So that's from Darren.
Cheater. He's a beauty. Dude, that guy is not only an absolute pleasure to work with in the studio, but touring with that guy. What I love about Jeter on the road, and of course, it's the truth. He's a hardworking guy, and he knows a lot, dude. He's like a fountain of knowledge. But what I love about touring with Jeter is Jeter's always down to do stuff. He's always down to go try a food spot. He's always down to go check out a tourist attraction. He's always down to go have a couple of drinks at a bar. Like he's the best, man. He's the best. I was thinking about him earlier today. I was like, I found I'd open his road case to see if there was anything in there today. And there's still some stuff in there. He's got a little Lemmy doll. Fucking beauty.